What's up, Amazon sellers? There are lots of products that you can buy online, but not all of them are good to resell. Why? Because at worst, you can lose your Amazon account. Now, if you are worried about what you might be purchasing, if it's a bad product, then watch this video because I'm going to share with you all the red flags you need to look out for when reviewing products online to resell on Amazon. Stay tuned. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson and I've been selling on Amazon now for 4 years, and I'm on a mission right now to do £1 million by the end of 2021. And in addition to this, I've seen all these red flags that I'm about to talk about in my own Amazon business. So enough about me, what are we going to talk about today? Okay, first things first, number one, I'm going to talk about what is a red flag and give you the definition of that. Number two, I'm going to talk about why is it important to spot these red flags in your ASINs or listings. Number three, I'm going to talk about what are the ASIN red flags. And then number four, I'm going to talk about what tools you can use to help you spot these red flags when reviewing your products. So let's get started. Number one, what is a red flag? Well, in general terms, a red flag is a warning or an indication that something bad is going to happen should you continue with this product. Now in Amazon, when finding these products and reviewing them, the red flags are a warning that this product that you've just found online will likely cause you a problem, such as IP complaints, high FBA fees, or even bad customer feedback, and much, much more. Now, there are lots of red flags that you need to be aware of when sourcing for your products online, and what I will show you today in this video are the red flags that we have learned on our journey selling on Amazon. Okay, this leads me nicely onto number two. Why is it important to spot these red flags when doing your deal analysis or in Amazon looking at those ASINs? Spotting the red flags saves you time when sourcing. When you're completely aware of these red flags, it's going to help you improve your sourcing skills, which will just make you faster and more efficient and saving you more time in your Amazon business, not having to deal with the problems of red flags and obviously having a less risky Amazon business. At the end of the day, we just want an easy business with minimal risk. So being aware of these red flags will also help you avoid the problems like IP complaints, poor sales, high fees, customer negative feedback, and so much more. Now, always remember that prevention is better than a cure. And in this video, what we really want to do is support you in preventing red flags before you get them. Now, a quick question before I jump into all the red flags that I know of, and I'll share them with you in a minute. I want to know, what are the red flags you look for when doing your deal analysis? Let me know in the comments down below. Maybe there's something that you know that I don't. Let me know in the comments down below. Right, this leads me nicely on. What are the red flags you need to be aware of, obviously, when sourcing? So first things first, number one, private label red flag. What is this? Well, when you're looking at an ASIN and it has maybe 1 or 2 sellers, you need to be careful. It could be what's known as a private label product. It's a private product where the brand is going to be very restrictive on what they do. Now, what I will say is the private label red flag is different to when you are brand restricted or gated in a product. This is not that. This is when a brand owner is issuing IP or intellectual property complaints to sellers of their brand on Amazon. Now, the red flag we have in this is that when the ASIN is sold by 1 or 2 sellers, it is most likely going to be an IP product or IP complaint product. Now, one thing is that you might be able to sell this product, but just because you can see the history of the product using your analysis, you're going to understand that there's been very few other sellers on that listing, and as a result, you are very likely to receive an IP complaint from the brand owner, sorry. Now, the thing to remember here is that just because you can sell something on Amazon and Amazon will let you sell it, doesn't mean that you should. There are going to be lots of brands that you're going to be able to sell, but if you do, you might get an IP complaint, and possibly that could mean you lose your account. I talked about private label brands that you need to be careful of, brands which are probably going to give you IP complaints. Let's now jump on the computer and show you what are the warning signs or the red flags that are going to help you spot these brands in your deal analysis process to help prevent you get these problems. Okay, so I've just loaded now into this product, and the reason why I've chosen this product is because it has a really good keeper graph which explains exactly what I'm looking for. So let's scroll down. Let's go down to that keeper chart, and that's what we're going to do the analysis with. So if I just zoom in onto here, this is the keeper chart. What am I looking at in particular? I'm actually really looking at this bottom graph right here, which is called the new offer count. So down here, the new offer count. And what you can see, it's been consistently 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. We've had the odd 2, so like there were 2 sellers just there, another one there, and another one there. But what happens is the moment they come on, they've been taken off again. Now, for me, that is a really big warning sign to say, whoa, there has not been much competition on this. If any competition at all, there's always been one seller, i.e. Amazon. And as a result, I should be very, very careful about this. Now, the reason why I chose this one product is there is an amazing part of this graph that you really want to look at. So what I'm going to do is just go out to all, go back to all time. And what I'm going to do is zoom into this section right here. So what I can see is back here, back in like October, there has been so many sellers. You got like 20 sellers, 21, 22, 22, 22. And then one day it just stopped. It went from 16 down to 1. And that massive down, that slope is a big, big red flag to say something is not right with this product. Everyone has come off this listing. Now, I can understand why this is Amazon, but if you're seeing that big drop, then no other sellers afterwards, that is a big, big red flag to say this product you've got to be super careful about, and probably I would stay well clear of it, because I think they're going to issue a brand or IP alert, and as a result, I might be able to sell it. But if I try to, I'm going to get an IP complaint from Amazon or from the brand owner, and as a result, that's going to put a mark on my Amazon account health, and I don't want that. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be super important. Now, the next red flag I want to talk about is the Amazon buy box red flag. Now look, quite simply, when you are sourcing and you see that Amazon is on the buy box, most sellers of Amazon are just not going to bother selling on that listing, no matter how profitable it is. Now, you can sell on a listing if Amazon is what's known as sharing the buy box, but to do this, you need to understand how to read the keeper graph. And what I'm going to do is drop a link to a training video that I put up, or I've created previously, called Advanced Keeper Training, and that explains exactly how to understand and what you're looking for to understand if Amazon is sharing a buy box. Check out that video, it's going to really help you out. Now, what I will say, if Amazon is currently holding the buy box and they also have a large quantity of stock, and you'll see that if you ever use any stock checkers, it'll say like 999. If you want to fight Amazon on the price, you can, but I'm going to share it with you right now. 99.99% of the time, you are going to lose. Why? Because Amazon can generally buy products that we're reselling cheaper than we can, and they'll even go down so low, you're just not going to make any money at all. And I've seen this time and time again. Now, if you are looking to compete against Amazon, first things first, I probably wouldn't. Most sellers don't. If you are, do double check if they're actually sharing the buy box. And if you can't see evidence of that, I'd still get the hell out of there. But if you do want to compete, my God, you've got to have massive profit margins, because they are just going to drop that price massively. What I want to do now is just jump back on the computer, and we're going to go through showing you how to check if Amazon's holding the buy box. And obviously I'll give you some examples of that as well. Okay, so I've just loaded up this product right here, and the one thing which I want to just show you is if you scroll down, we'll kind of go past my FBA multi-tool. What you're going to see right here is you can see where it says dispatched from Amazon, sold by Amazon. Now that is under the buy box information, and again down here, dispatched and sold by Amazon. Now, even if we come back to the keeper chart, what I can see here is this buy box, the pink line. This is exactly the same price as Amazon, and for the whole time it looks like Amazon is holding that buy box. And if I zoom in and do a little bit of a better thing, and to hover over the buy box here, along that top bar you'll see it is completely like yellow, which means Amazon is holding that buy box for the whole of that period. Now for me, what does this show? Amazon are currently on the product right now. Number two, looking at the review of the data, or looking at the buy box, they've held it for the time period that I'm looking at. And number three, Amazon's price has changed with the market price, and they've never shared that buy box. If you want a final top tip to check if Amazon is sharing the buy box, come over to your keeper, click on data, go to buy box statistics, and what you're going to look for is here. You can change the date range, and let's call it to 180 days. So the last half a year, 6 months, Amazon has held the buy box 100% of the time. So it just shows you Amazon is not sharing this product. So I would not want to get involved in that, showing me there's a big red flag. Now, number 3, the third red flag I want to share with you is the variation red flag. Now, what does this mean? When you're searching for products to resell on Amazon, one thing you're going to have a look at is that certain listings have what's known as variations. It's one listing, but there's more than one product on the listing. And there's more than one possible opportunity to buy, and they are called variation listings. They have a parent ASIN and then child ASINs, one major product, and then there's different variations you can have. Now, it can be that for you, when you're sourcing, that the variation that you're looking at is not the best selling product, or it doesn't even sell at all. And the data for this, even the keeper data, can be a little bit misleading with these variations. Now, the red flag on this is that when the product has a variation upon searching in Amazon, you need to look at that variation of that individual variation itself and understand how many reviews that variation has as a whole, as a percentage of the total number of reviews for that product. Now, the reason why I talk about this is that you might have a variation listing which is selling 100 units per month. It might have 3 variations, but only one of the variations is actually selling, the other 2 are not. But because the information is combined and you're looking at the sales charts of Keeper, you're thinking maybe the one you're looking at is selling really well, and then you buy it, ship it in, and it just doesn't sell. So how do we deal with this? How do we understand? Well, we're going to use a sourcing tool like FBA Multi-Tool to look at the variation. I'm going to jump on my computer now and show you a great example of this and what you need to know. So let's jump on the computer now. Cool. Okay, so I've just jumped into this product here and we're on the USA marketplace right now. Now, the one thing which I want to do is just scroll down. You can see here it's got this select option. So you've got 1 pack, 2 pack, 3 pack. Now you'll think, okay, fantastic. Let's have a quick look down at the keeper chart. And if you can see the keeper chart here, it has got sales rank is super low. Now, the one thing you might just want to be aware of is that having a super low sales rank means the product is really, really fast selling. So if I just come in and click on the 1 pack, what I'm going to see is this keeper chart does change. And I'm like, okay, this is really selling. The sales rank is super low. Let's have a look at the 2 rank, the 2 pack. And I'm going to look at this keeper chart and I'm going to see, wow, this chart is super low as well. The sales rank's really, really good. And maybe have a look at the 3 pack as well. Let's have a look at that. And see, wow, this is really selling. Now, the one thing which I would say for you is whenever you find these variation listings, the keeper chart can be sometimes a little bit misleading. It's not the fact that keeper is wrong, it's the information which Amazon provides to keeper which is the problem. But how do we spot problems or red flags of this? We don't just take the keeper chart on face value with variations, we look at the reviews. So what are we trying to do? I'm going to come into FBA Multi-Tool and I'm going to look at Variation Viewer. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to show me all the 3 different products right here, all the 3 variations we've got, the price, the quantity size. And what it's going to do here is it's just going to go through the ASIN, the listing, and add up all the reviews. And then it's going to tell me right here what percentage of the reviews are for each individual variation. Now we can see that this first review, right, with the first product, the 1 pack, it's got 99.81% of reviews. The 3 pack has got 0% of reviews, and the 2 pack has got 0.17. So if I had to guess, this product out of this variation, all the sales, and I mean all the sales, are going to the 1 piece. They are not going to the 2 or 3 piece. And as a result, I would not want to go anywhere near that 2 or 3 piece. Why? Because my God, look at the distribution of reviews. They're so heavy towards that 1 piece. I just don't think the information is right on the 2 or 3 piece. And I'm very worried if I were to buy this product and try and resell it, it wouldn't actually sell at all. So for me, a big red flag here is seeing that the listing that I'm after has very low to no reviews as a percentage of the overall. Now, this leads me nicely onto number 4, the high FBA fees red flag. Now, what does this mean? In the fees section of your calculator tool, and for example, in our FBA Multi-Tool, if you see that the fees section is a really high FBA fee, most of the time, this product has a really big measurement and the product is big. Now, having a high FBA fee is going to decrease your profits and can lead to a loss and not a profit. Now, what I would say for you is always remember to check the product's measurements when you're sourcing. It's an easy thing to forget. And now what I will also say is that a product may appear much smaller on your screen than in reality, but it could be absolutely huge, to the point that the FDA or FBA fees are going to wipe out any product or profit through your business. Now, the one thing I'll say is remember that if the product has a high FBA fee, generally speaking, your shipping costs from your warehouse to your Amazon might be incorrect. For example, if you're shipping something very, very big, normally you're expecting to put a lot of units in a box, and that UPS shipment to Amazon is only going to be a fraction, but because it's now massive, it's going to cost you a lot more. That on its own can completely wipe out your profits. So just remember that when you're reviewing much bigger items. Now for me, previously, I have brought a football goalpost, which I thought was small when we looked at it online, but until my prep center sent me this picture and said, hey Tom, you've got a 6-foot high goalpost here in the warehouse. Now, what I will say is I did manage to get this sold through the FBA program, but I won't lie, I made no profits from it at all. Now, quick thing for you, you might be asking, how do you spot this red flag? Let's jump back on the computer and I'll give you an example of the similar goalpost to me that I sold and what you're looking for. So right here, I've just loaded up into, this is a football goalpost. Now, the one thing I'm really going to be looking at is I'll put in a quick calculation. And if I open up the FBA fees down here, you're going to be looking at this FBA fee down here. Now this one isn't that big, £6.65, but if you are finding that that is starting to go up and up and up, normally my FBA fees might be like £2, £2, £3, £6 getting on the high side, but if you're going above £10, then you've got to really start questioning, wow, this product could be really big, and I need to account for it in my shipping to Amazon fees, UPS fees, which obviously could wipe out my profits if I don't calculate it correctly. That is a big red flag to watch out for. Right, we're talking about red flags now, red flags in your business that you want to be careful about, because these red flags are going to cause you problems in your business. Now, one thing you might be thinking about is a lot to check and add into that sourcing, finding deals. It's hard work selling on Amazon. It's not as easy as it's made out to be on the YouTube channels. But if you want to find deals faster, more efficiently, and you really value your time, check out FastTrackFBA Leads. This is a service I created whereby we've got a team of VAs sourcing 7 days a week for both the UK and USA. What we're doing is we're putting all those leads online onto our web platform. We're filtering out all the red flags for you, and also as well, you can come in and pick and choose the deals that you want that are going to work for your Amazon business. It's completely game changing. No one does anything like this, and it just allows you to scale your business as fast or maybe as slow as you want by picking the deals that are going to work for you. If you want to know more, have a look down below. I'll drop a link to FastTrackFBA Leads. Trust me, it's a game-changing platform. Check it out now. Now, this leads me nicely onto chapter 4. What are the tools we are using to spot red flags in our business that you can use as well? Now, there are lots of tools out there that you can use to spot red flags when searching for products online. And what I'm going to share with you now are some of the tools that I use in my own Amazon business. First things first, number 1, FBA multi-tool. Now, you've seen it in the screen shares that I've been doing today. FBA multi-tool is very effective, and we use it in my Amazon business to spot private label red flags, high FBA fees, and even the variety red flags as well. Now, we've always used this in our Amazon business whenever we're checking to see if we're eligible to sell, but also doing the other checks as well. Now, the one thing which I will say is if you want to learn about how to use FBA multi-tool, I'll drop a link to a video that I've done previously about how to use it out there. It's just going to help you out. Now, the second tool we use is Keeper, and I love Keeper. I think it's fantastic. Now, if you are wanting to spot red flags, maybe where Amazon holds the buy box, things they're sharing, or even the competition, where we talked about that 1 or 2 sellers, private label, Keeper is super, super effective for this. Now, in my Amazon business, Keeper is very essential, super essential in fact, because it helps us know what price to set our products to sell at. And Keeper can also show you if Amazon is on the listing, sharing the buy box, or if we need to be careful about a private label product. Now, if you want to know more about Keeper, what I'll do is I'll drop a link up here to a basics training video that I've done for Keeper Learning, which is part of a 3-part mini-series, which I think is honestly one of the best Keeper videos out there. Check that out. That's really going to help you out understanding how to use. It's a great tool. Third tool that we use is the FastTrackFBA IP checker. Now, if you want to double check a certain brand has maybe an existing IP complaint, you can use the FastTrackFBA IP checker. And now this is a system whereby we are gathering brands all the time with known IP complaints, and we're recording them on our portal for free, which you can search through that allow you to check if a brand has an IP complaint. Now, this is really easy to access. It's just on the FastTrackFBA website. I'll drop a link below, but it's a free resource that you can use that's going to help you out understanding what brands you need to be careful of. Now, again, prevention is better than a cure, and being aware of these red flags will really help prevent your business from running into problems and causing you issues in the future. Now, the one thing which I would say for you is if you want to know more about what you should avoid in your Amazon business, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a video around here of things you need to be aware of in your Amazon business when selling on Amazon. Check that video out. It's just going to help make sure you're just running a super efficient type ship and you're running your business as efficiently as possible. But what I will say is hopefully you've liked this video, and if you have, give me a big thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button down below and you'll get notified the next time a video comes on. But for me, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.